because as you can see here, this is exactly how I picked it up. I picked up this little coffee can here, and I picked up this little tray. It's actually a lid off one of them plastic containers. And as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff in it. Now, what this stuff actually is, well, obviously, this is kind of a dead giveaway. This is all parts from what I would assume to be an RC airplane, nitro one to be exact, or gas powered. Now, I would guess that the guy probably started building one and either lost interest or just didn't want to do it anymore, because this can be a relatively expensive hobby. But what's weird is he left tools in here that all work fine. Got mechanical fingers right there. This still has staples in it and works perfectly. Free tools are always the best. I mean, obviously I can't use all this stuff. Then we have a couple springs here from a riveting gun. Just whatever reason. At least that's what they look like anyways. Got sorted exhaust manifolds. Really interesting that, you know, some of this stuff was out there. Got another exhaust pipe. This is an exhaust pipe. But what's even weirder is, you know, as you can see, there's a couple valve covers in here. I don't know if this is a valve cover. I mean, it looks like one, but this probably is. Really weird. And a small spark plug removal tool in there. Some other tool. This looks like the riveting stuff. Something like that. Don't know what that is. Honestly, I'm not really all that familiar with nitro-powered RC stuff. This little guy, I would assume, I don't know for sure, but this probably goes on the front of the motor, and then the shaft comes out here and the prop goes on it. That's what I would assume. Not 100% sure about that, but the bearings are pretty well seized up in this thing. I mean, they move a little bit, but they're supposed to move a lot easier than that. Then we got some sort of truss. This guy had a really interesting hodgepodge of stuff. Looks like we got I don't know if that's some Dremel tools or something. This looks like it might be a fuel filter of some kind. And then we have this. This has some good stuff in it. Go ahead and just kind of empty it out for you guys. I've only seen really what's on the top. Oh boy. Well, obviously there's a lot of hardware. Got some other pieces here. Another bearing. A couple brackets. Don't really know what that is. This hardware always comes in handy. I'm glad that, you know, that's in there. Got a couple spark plug tools. Spark plug looks like the same kind that you put in your weed eater. I'd have to double check that. RCJ7Y. Might be a 4-stroke one. Then we have a carburetor. Another spark plug. Awesome. But we got a carburetor here. It's a Walbro. Actually, fun fact, this looks like the same carburetor that's on that Ryobi weed eater that I just picked up. It's got a little mounting deal here for an external air filter, probably a cone kind or something. Got some Dremel blades, I guess. Or not Dremel blades, but I forget what those things are called. A lot of real proprietary things here. Some of the stuff I just flat out do not have a use for, but what the hell is this? Oh, this is some sort of pointy thing. It's not a magnet. That's a pointy thing, like pointing at a whiteboard or something. So is that thing. A couple more brackets here. Air regulator valve for like a rivet gun that I don't have. I mean, I've got a rivet gun, I've got my own, but mine actually doesn't have that. These are really handy tools, though, that regulates your air pressure. If you're hammering some rivets in, excellent little tools to have. So it's not, you know, the highest pressure all the time. If you don't have a external air pressure regulator that goes on the outside of a tank, we have them at work where it's actually mounted to the wall, and like the air compressors on the roof, and yeah, you regulate your air pressure through the little tool that's there on the wall, and this thing, it basically does the same thing. Some other stuff here. That's cool. Honestly, this pickup was probably worth it just for this little card. I don't know how much these go for, but can't be too expensive. So just in case that Ryobi needs a new carburetor, probably make this one work. And of course all this too. It's just great to have, you know, loose hardware like this. Of course I'll organize it all when I have the time and, you know, split it up where it needs to be split up, but stuff's valuable as hell, boys. Hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Y'all stay classy.